So I thought I'd go ahead and read you a story. It's not very long, but there we go. I think it's in the first part of this. This, by the way, is my old wire-bound fat book. And I'm not kidding, it actually says wire-bound fat book. I certainly didn't call it that. It's from when I was a kid. I really loved Minnie Mouse, so there we go. It's actually got a lot of interesting things in it. I themed each of the colors. So the first one is Sailor Mercury, because I loved Sailor Moon. Then you got, of course, pink. The only thing that you could really think of is Sailor Moon, right? And yes, this one was from when I was like maybe 6 or something. And I tried to spell, I did spell it right, but I didn't spell Sailor Moon. So then I wrote other things there and tried to draw it again later when I was like 13 or something. I did the same with the other one. Then the last one was supposed to be Sailor Jupiter, I think, but I just apparently had that one ripped out or something, because I have that instead, which I apparently drew in 2009. So I think it was based on something that was in that drawing book. But anyway, on to the story. When I was 11, I was friends with this girl that's in my neighborhood. She probably still lives down the street, but I don't know her anymore. She's 2 years younger than me, I believe. Maybe just 1 year younger. Anyway, we made something called the Princesses of the Unicornz. I don't know. When you're 11, apparently that's the best thing ever. To be fair, though, I was in love with unicorns, and sounded awesome to make up a story, so we have episode 1. Prologue. The 2 princesses of the unicorns are sent to Earth for safety from the evil things that came to get rid of all good animals and people. Of course, the unicorns are still alive. Thank God. I was so worried. Oh my goodness, if they weren't alive, the whole story would be done, wouldn't it? Yes, maybe. But they get separated. No, these are the princesses we're talking about right here. When coming to Earth, and don't know anything about being princesses until one day the magic keys are sent to them by the unicorns. Magic keys. Now, me and my sister had necklaces that came with castles for Polly Pocket type little tiny princesses. I don't know if I still have my castle, but I do still have the key. This was my magical key for the princess thing. Enjoy it. And I'm pretty sure that my dear friend had the other one that my sister had as her magic key. Woo, magic key. I don't know. On to the chapter, episode 1. I wrote these down, but it was also acted out. So, I don't know if I think we pretended it first and then I wrote it down. The finding of the keys. Sounds like it's going to be a lot longer than it actually is, by the way. Christina and Gracie. I was Christina. My friend was Gracie. Elena. Yeah, she was Gracie. Were walking home from school when they saw a car heading for 2 little kittens. "Stop!" they shouted, but the car kept going. Then, before the car ran over the kittens, Christina and Gracie grabbed the kittens. "Oh, you poor things," said Christina. "Let's take them home," said Gracie. So they took them to their room. Gracie gave them some milk to drink. And that's all I ever wrote. How disappointing. When did they find the keys? We will never know, because apparently I never wrote anymore. Although I did write this random gibberish journal entry that I think Christy, I think that's Christina. No, I actually remember that we would take my like Beanie Baby kittens and we were like, oh, I saved you with the car, you know, like what? Because we started to set up the story as them being normal people who apparently live together in a house, probably are teenagers or no, probably adults, because otherwise they couldn't exactly live unless they were sisters, which is very possible. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. I was 11 years old. I actually have more interesting things that were not related to me and Elena's escapades, but some crazy Lord of the Rings related stories that really are just the most ridiculous things you've ever read in your whole life. And I will be reading some of those in the coming weeks because they're just ridiculous. Because they need to be told to the world so you can imagine it. So anyway, I'm gonna continue just making videos about things I did as a kid, or like stories that I remember, that like things I would pretend. At least there's gonna be like a few. I mean, I don't think there's gonna be a lot, but I figured it'd be good to do and fun. So look forward to the Hobbits next week. Lots of hobbity goodness. Because I was a huge Lord of the Rings nerd. So was my best friend Alicia, and so was my sister that you just saw in that other video.
Well, Amanda got really mad, and we had this fort with like a slide, and well, if you could imagine a 5-year-old running with a broom being like, hey!